It gives me great honor to invite to the Sussex County Jamboree, which he helped start, and introduce the Vice President of the United States, Joe Biden.
It's good to be home. I came for a simple reason, and I want to make sure I get through this. Hey, Chris, how are you, buddy? By the way, Chris Goon's doing a hell of a job. Unfortunately for him, he's following too closely in my footsteps. He's chairman of the African Affairs Subcommittee, just got back from Africa. I reminded him 470 years ago I did that too. And he's doing a great job. And my buddy, my comrade in arms, the guy who has been with me and I've been with him, I think it's fair to say, for the last 40 years, is I know everybody wonders why I do it, but my whole life, we've known each other. I call him Tommy. Tommy Carper, one of the great. He always has had my back. And there's so many people that I should recognize, but I came because, I'll get through this, because Bo wanted me to come. And the reason is to say thank you. No, I mean this, to say thank you. And because the way, first of all, this is where I got started. My entire career grew out of Sussex County and grew out of a lovely lady's home in Milton. The first woman to say to me she would support me. Where are you? Leah has been my friend. And Bo decided to run. I think it's the first phone call he got was from Leah Betts saying that she'd be there for him. The thing about Sussex is the soil's sandy, but the roots go real deep politically. And so I don't want to go on a magical memory tour here, but there's so many people that are still here who that they're responsible for my being where I am today. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And y'all did the same thing for Bo. And the way you rallied around him from the time he got engaged, met some young kids here. I remember the first time I had Bo here, and I think that some of you remember he was about the size of the little guys that are here now. He was just 4 years old. And the first time I had him here, he was in a body cast from his legs, arms after the accident, and you all just took care of he and Hunt like they were your own children. And I know that sounds corny, and for the press that's here, that don't go back that way, they probably think it's an exaggeration, but you really did. I remember at state fairs, we'd put them both in big old wicker baskets, and you'd all take turns babysitting for them behind my booth and taking care of them. And you did the same thing when my daughter came along. But the reason I'm here today, and I'd like to come, the Secret Service isn't crazy about my coming. But they're wonderful, by the way. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. The reason I don't go, I miss the most of the state fair, I don't go because I caused so much commotion I'd lose the Democrats more votes than anything could possibly gain. But folks, I came, this is the first time I've had an opportunity to have so many of you who not only have been so good to my family and my Bo, but you were there for me this last go-round. And you were there in ways that absolutely blew me away. I want to start with Jack. Jack, the governor, had all during this period when things were kind of tough, reached out to me and to Bo and to Hallie and my grandchildren and the whole family in ways that I wish I had time to describe to you, all that he personally did. And then when I wrote it down because I get it wrong, I call it wine in state, but when he was wine in honor at the Capitol was maybe the greatest honor the Biden family's ever been accorded. And as you might guess, you know, all of you, and all of you in the legislature know how much that we appreciate it. And I say that to our Republican friends as well, who reached across the aisle and went way out of their way. And my son loved Jack, but he also loved Pete Schwarzkopf. And I know Pete's not here today. I had to get a passport from him to come in. But the way Pete and the House went out of their way, not only the resolutions, but the speeches and the comments and just the incredible, heartwarming, genuinely felt response. And then Patty Blevins, who is a great friend from up my way. Patty, as I don't know if she's here, but pro tempore, she and the Senate, all that they did. And that's not to say anything of John Carney, who can't be here today, and my colleagues in the Senate. It's just been incredible. And I won't mention them all, but the little tiny things that you've done and continue to do for my grandchildren, for Bo's memory. And inducting Bo into the Legion of Honor is as consequential as his Bronze Star and other awards he's won in the United States military. And Jack, that's because of you. And it means a lot. It will mean a lot to his children and their children and their grandchildren. It's all you can hope to do in your life is leave something behind. Leave something behind that people can build on. And presumptuous of me, but I think Bo, in a short life, left an awful lot behind. The way Matt Dent has allowed the kind of, I don't know what you'd call it, leeway and expression of all the folks in the Justice Department who loved Matt and adored my son Bo, I know a whole bunch of them, hundreds of them, are wearing bracelets that has WWBD. What would Bo do on them? And naming legislation after my boy. And Matt, your generosity toward my family and toward Bo and his family is really appreciated. Also, one of the guys that got me started in politics, we ran together the first time, was our state chairman, John Danilo. And John ran for Congress the year I ran for the county council. John ran in one of those years where not a single Democrat won statewide in a contested office. It was a god-awful year to run in. But John has been my friend and loyal to me, and I've been loyal to him for all these years. And he blood's thick. He's lucky like me. He's got a daughter, Betsy, who's more talented than he is, and she's she is. Better than I was. John, you stand in the line for 5 hours, and Bo's, like many of you did, coming to Wilmington, and standing there at St. Anthony's for 4 and 5 hours at a time, and coming up to me and thanking me for sharing this moment. I could not believe it just meant so much. Many of you have suffered losses like I have, and you know how much it means you know how much it means and how it lifted the family up in a time when the family wanted no part of, anyway, it mattered. Also, I don't know that he's here, but he's been my guy, and he loved Bo, Sam Latham, FLC. I don't know where Sam's here or not, but I know you guys never fully understood why I'm so committed to labor here in Sussex, but I am. The Conaways have been, God, they've been so, again, I didn't think Bo had even announced before they called and said, come down, we'll help, come help. And Frankie Callio. Frankie, I tell you what, man, you and I have been together from the very, very beginning. I look like it, and you don't look like you changed at all. I tell you what, man. And you know why? He's the most ornery SOB you'll ever meet, man. And man, if you have him on your side, you have half the world. You only need one other like him, and you own the world. And and folks, I don't know if you hear like, Ruth Ann Messick. I mean, so many people that go back to, I'm just laying out the people who were, in my time, got me there, and then were equally and intensely devoted to my Bo. And it matters because blood runs thick, roots are deep down here. And I look over at a guy who I think my son relied on more than anyone else when he was a leader, for real, was Bobby Gilliam. Bobby, your friendship with Bo mattered a great deal to him. I know you know that, but I don't know that everybody else knows all that you did for him. And there's so many other people to thank. I'm going to end this by saying that, I do ask myself all the time, what would Bo do? And Bo would be here. Bo would be here to say thank you, and he is. You have been incredibly generous to, I know it's a presumptuous thing to say, but Bo's the finest man I've ever met in my life. I'm not saying that for a story. And by the way, he deeply, deeply, deeply cared about you all. I mean, it was real. You know it was real. It wasn't political, it was real. He deeply cared about you. And he never forgot. He never forgot a single, solitary, kind thing you did to him. And so, you all owe me. You've owned me for a long time, but I mean this sincerely. Any of you, if there's anything I can ever do beyond my official capacity, I'm still here. I'm still Joe. I haven't gone away. I'm not, it's what would Bo do? And Bo would be here. Bo would be here to say thank you, and he is. You have been incredibly generous to, I know it's a presumptuous thing to say, but Bo's the finest man I've ever met in my life. I'm not saying that for a story. And by the way, he deeply, deeply, deeply cared about you all. I mean, it was real. You know it was real. It wasn't political, it was real. He deeply cared about you. And he never forgot. He never forgot a single, solitary, kind thing you did to him. And so, you all owe me. You've owned me for a long time, but I mean this sincerely. Any of you, if there's anything I can ever do beyond my official capacity, I'm still here. I'm still Joe. I haven't gone away. I'm not, it's a long story. So anyway, I just came down and say I love you. Thank you. Thank you.